What's up, guys? Yasukeh here. So the Tryndamere Buffs have just been announced, and they are pretty interesting. We're going to be going over them and what they kind of mean. There's a lot of different little interactions and synergies that are made better or made worse because of these changes. And so let's get into it. So first off, the health growth is increased from 112 to 115. So you're getting about 3 extra HP per level, which is... it's boring, but it's kind of decent in some ways and also kind of not in other ways. But it will make Tryndamere a little bit more durable so that you don't need to ult as fast. It'll let you get that kind of little extra time to stay in a non-ulted state. And then AD growth from 3.7 to 4. And this is going to be about half a longsword at level 13, which isn't nothing, but it is... just a little bit, and these are the kind of changes that are really boring, but base stats on champions are some of the most powerful things there are. The reason why Tryndamere is as strong as he is because his health regen is a lot higher than other champions. Tryndamere's health regen allows him to stay in lane a lot longer and be able to just kind of super sustain through people's mana pools and people's resources. So changes like this can be pretty nice, even if they are a little bit boring. My hypothetical change that I was thinking about is that they buff Q, because they're nerfing Triumph. And the Triumph nerf is going to make it to where you can't use Triumph plus Q to survive an extra turret shot. So because of that change, I've been thinking about going Alacrity. Not Alacrity. I've been thinking about going Overheal, especially if you're going Hydra, because that extra shield that you get is going to be 300 at later levels, which is so nice, especially if you're going against champions who will burst you down. So Overheal plus these HP buffs are going to make it so much easier for you to deal with champions like Zoe, like Akali, like LeBlanc. Like these champions that just want to burst you down. Evelynn, Zed, Sylas, these champions that have like short windows. If you survive those windows, it makes it so much easier, especially if you don't have to ult. So... AD growth. A big thing about this is that this increases the synergy with Sheen and Sheen items like Essence Reaver, which after the buffs have been really very powerful on Tryndamere. So the AD growth will affect how much damage your Essence Reaver does, which will give you a pretty sizable buff if you're running that. It'll be a buff regardless, but it will make Essence Reaver be a lot stronger. And then health growth. One thing is Lord Dominik's will be less powerful on Tryndamere because your health difference with tanks will be less. So, Lord Dominik's won't be as strong against tanks, so you might consider going that a little bit less on Tryndamere. So that is something to think about. Yeah, Lord Dom's is less. Overheal could get a little bit more of an extra benefit with the max heal, because having those two stacked together makes it to where it's more likely for you to be able to survive burst because of the general nature of the way that champions damage works. A lot of champions kits are designed to do just about your health pool of damage. So if you get that extra little bit of health, and Tryndamere already has a very high amount of HP, he's one of the highest HPs in the game, so making him have even more growth gonna make him pretty deceivingly tanky. So that health growth plus overheal will make it. Also, overheal scales with health, I believe, a little bit. So that overheal plus the health buffs will make it to where you will much more reliably be able to survive through like a Evelynn combo. And then you survive the Evelynn combo without ulting, and then you can just kill her again once she tries to like do a little bit of a re-engage. Because what Evelynn wants to do is pop your ults, leave, wait until wait until her combos are back up, and then go in on you again. And that's going to be a little bit harder for them to do. These changes overall are a lot more boring than changes that I was thinking about. But the boring changes are often the ones that are the most powerful. And so, overall, I think this will be pretty nice for Tryndamere. The biggest thing that we would have to worry about is whether or not this will get Tryndamere buffed to a state to where he's not going to get buffed again, but weaker compared to where he should be. There is a certain level of strength that Tryndamere should have and Tryndamere is a lot weaker than that right now. So if this buff gets Tryndamere halfway, it'll get him not quite to the point to where he deserves, like Riot thinks he needs to get buffed again, but he's still going to be weaker than where he should be. So that is the biggest concern of something that could happen, is that these buffs might go far enough to make him not be on the board for getting buffed again, but still not strong enough to where he's actually at his reasonable state. So that is a big worry that I have. We'll see how it pans out. But thank you guys all for watching. See you guys in the next video. Is that concern something that you've ever seen before in another champion? Let me know what you guys think about the buffs down below. A little bit boring, but welcomed nonetheless. See you guys all in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye and good night. Yeet!